Okay. First, I would like to apologize for cursing earlier, but I was a little agitated after hearing Mr. Fabiano's comments, and it was really nice of you to call me out for it while I was sitting in the audience and couldn't respond. My question actually is, now that I know that it was done for vendetta, would this be considered an example of theft by conversion, where a person takes money for their own purpose rather than for the purpose the owner originally gave permission to use it for? And remember, anything anybody here says, I will use in an ethics violation or a criminal charge after I speak to an attorney now. So at this point, I would like to request 3 things from this board. 1, that one of the board members put forth a motion to return $1,927 to the Booster Club, now that you know it wasn't done because of policy. And you can claim whatever you want, but I just saw the text message that he showed me. It looked pretty real. Number 2, I think an investigation should be started to review this matter by an outside organization, because apparently can't trust the people sitting here. And number 3, the board president and the vice president should be removed from their positions of power since they are using their positions inappropriately. Now, you can respond, you don't have to, but like I said, remember, anything that you say, I will use that video. That's it.
Mr.
You guys have a nice night.
Would you like to again address the issues of the Booster Club money that this board, nor me, nor Mrs. Bierman, were any part of any discussions by the administration? Could you please explain again why that money went to our general fund?
So maybe he could also explain.
Excuse me.
No, I have 2 minutes left.
No, you're done now. You're
No,
done
I'm
now.
not. I have 2 minutes and 23 seconds. This is your policy, not mine.
You asked a question, and I'm getting you an answer. Would
All
you
right,
like
well,
the answer
first, I would
or
like to ask a follow-up question that he can also respond to at the same time. When originally it just happened, Dr. Higgins from the high school sent me an email stating that you said that it could be returned if there was a motion passed by this board and voted on. After that, I was told that there would be no motion because Mrs. Chanley decided against it, which is what she said at the last board, at one of the board meetings. You can go back and check the tape. So are we supposed to listen to the advice of the board attorney, or are we supposed to listen to Mrs. Skurbe's best friend?
That's inappropriate. Mr. Gagliardi.
So is everything you've done tonight.
I'm not sure that I have the skill set to address everything that's gone on here in the past few minutes, but I'm going to respond to the questions. So the issue with the money was that because the process of approving that arrangement hadn't been followed, to allow that money to go to the Booster Club or any other entity, this is not a value judgment, from my opinion, on the work of the Booster Club, it would be an inappropriate diversion of public money. That's what I said, okay, because the fiduciaries of the public had not voted to permit that. I don't know, in terms of your follow-up question, specifically what you're quoting, but at the core, I think you and I agree, which is that absent a board vote, whatever happened can't be changed, because it's the board that's elected to determine what happens with public money, which is how we got into this position in the first place.
Okay, so I was supposed to ask Mr. Dowling then to give up his building usage, because he has building usage of the facilities because he's the athletic director, and allow me to put in my own rather than working with the administration as per multiple conversations. Is that would that have made it better?
As an outside organization, if you want to come in and do anything inside our school buildings, you need building use approval. No outside organization, to my knowledge, has ever collected door fees for any of our athletic events. That has always gone back to the general fund, and that was what was expressed by the administration back to the high school and Mr. Dowling. Correct, Dr. Lehman? If you were part of those meetings, would you like to express that there was no wrongdoing, vendetta? This was our policy. Mr. Gorski was involved in that meeting, if I'm correct, that explained the
Mrs. Skurbe,
processes.
can I just ask if you could please fix your skirt?
Excuse me?
Please just pull your skirt. I'm not being rude. I'm asking you nicely.
Excuse me.
Your
Seriously.
skirt rode up. I'm asking you nicely.
You know,
that wasn't rude.
Anymore, I'll come back.
But that wasn't meant to be rude. I'm sitting here.
Ethics charges against me, you all can. I'm going to the bathroom, I'll come back. when you can
Okay,
be civil.
I'm figuring she's on camera. I was trying to be
I'm on
nice.
camera too. If you can't be civil, I'm gonna leave until you can.
That was civil. I asked her to please help. That was not being rude.
Go
I'm
ahead.
serious. It had
You
ridden
know what?
up.
That's it. We are going to adjourn, we are going to close public forum now.
No.
Yes, no, we're closing public forum now.
Really?
I'm
Is that
sorry.
allowed in your
I'm sorry.
bylaws?
Public forum is closed.
You can't close public forum.
Yes, I can.
No, I don't think so.
You know what, Michelle, I will adjourn the whole meeting if I have to, but we have a closed session that we need to get to.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am,
I
but
have
a
the right
public
to speak.
forum, I really think it is
We are not,
along the
it is
system.
not their right.
How about we
Mr.
vote?
Gagliardi,
It's not against the law.
Is it something that needs to be voted on by the full board, or is it subject to board president approval only?
So whether you look at your own policies or Robert's rules, the board president controls the agenda. If the board wants to continue public forum over the board president's decision, it would take a majority of the board to do that.
So do I need to make a motion to continue the public forum?
If you want to continue the public forum, you can make that motion, someone seconds it, the board had a discussion, and the board votes. If a majority of the board wants to continue the public forum, it can. If
Fine.
not, the board president, who controls the agenda, is free to do exactly what she did. You are not obligated to have a
Oh, I'm gonna
second
wait till they vote.
public
I have a
session
minute left.
that
I-
goes
I
on
understand.
beyond a particular
I
period
was
of time.
trying to be
It's the
nice.
board
Her
president's
skirt rolled
decision
up, and I
unless the
can see
board
from
majority
here.
votes otherwise.
Okay, well, I'd like to make a motion to continue the public portion.
I will second that motion.
any discussion? Mr. Gorski, roll call.
Mr. Rutsky is absent. Mrs. Ratner?
Yes.
Mr. Chiarella?
He's not here.
Been noted as absent. Ms. Bora?
This is very difficult, given what we are observing today, but I have been elected by the public, and I will vote yes to continue the public forum.
Thank you.
So noted. Mrs. Arminio?
Yes.
Mr. Nicotinsky? No. Mrs. Fabiano?
Yes.
Ms. Belko?
No.
Ms. Bierman?
No.
Madam President?
No.
Resolution does not pass. It's a 4-4 tie.
Thank you.
Resolution going to closed session?
We're going to take
I
a
have
5-minute
never seen
recess.
anything like
Excuse
this in
me,
my
you're out of
entire-
order.
Yeah, I know.
We're going to take a 5-minute recess before we do our closed session resolution.
You guys sit and pack me all night, and now